Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Rams. Steven Hauschka now about set to get this one started. And we are underway here in Los Angeles. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25. Five-yard line. At their own 25-yard line.
Line 20. Watch the back. Watch the back.
On first down, gone. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
At the 24-yard line.
Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Check 13. Check. We're good.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Tight end right. 3 down. Kill. Shell.
Here's Gone. They're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Get ready. 25. Check 25. Watch twist. Under go.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check 26. No. 4 now. Spawns. No. Choke. 12.
On the toss, it's Gurley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Ball. Be ready. Hey, wahoo! Come on. Your track.
Out of the gun. Gone. Going up top for Cup. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Allen going to throw. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in secondary.
And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a 1st down. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. And some nice running, going to get him down close to a 1st down at the Rams' 44. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. From the gun, it's Allen. He finds his target, Fuller. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D linemen to make the play.
3-3. 117.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in his opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
At the 7-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Orange.
2nd down, it's Henderson. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. 46 to Mike. 46 to Mike. 46 to Mike. 46. Hey, dude. Not today.
Just beating the play clock is gone. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Hey.
On 1st and 10, gone. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Carlos Watkins. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Goff now to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get them about 5 yards. The tackle made by Landon Roberts.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Allen now looks to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's third down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Allen from the gun on third down. He's letting this one go for Fuller, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
It's second and 8 at the 34-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Merlin. Show it up. Watch the SOS.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And an alley to run. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills' 14-yard line. Well, partner, Gurley came on the scene in 2015 NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's been all systems go from game one.
And they talked about easing him into the lineup, and that's really what they did. But once they got him in, they couldn't get him out. They had to feed him the ball more and more, and it's because of these types of runs. He just breaks defenses down with his power and his physicality.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Ready? 60 outlaw? Now! Don't let 89 go deep. Whatever you do, don't let 89 go deep. Single. Defense.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
The Rams on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They try to jet sweep with Nelson, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it on. On 2nd and 15 now. Allen. He's got Fuller. And he'll be out right at the 35.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Big gap. Watch out. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And that's caught by Beasley. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. And this one caught by Beasley. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, 17. Wrap it.
And again, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Allen to throw once more. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Will Fuller, 42 yards. And the Bills have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
A gain of 12. First down, Bills.
On 1st down, it's Hunt. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Allen. It's complete to Fuller. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 31-yard line. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Keep playing hard.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They run again with Hunt. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Alert, alert, alert. Alert. Hey, Mike 40, Mike.
On play action, Allen. He finds his target, John Brown. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. Allen now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Hunt shedding through the defense. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Allen. And that's complete to Brown. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 26.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given a little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
On 2nd and 12, Allen, throw left side complete. It's Fuller. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Will Fuller, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken at the 3. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Another carry now for Gurley.
Check.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Gone. And that's complete to Cooks. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
I'm coming after you.
We go. 76. 76.
Let's go.
Goff on first down. Caught by Nelson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47.
Tight end's right.
Recon, 132 fighter.
4 down. Kill.
Goff now looks to throw. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. To the air again. Gone. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
46 to Mike.
Hey, Charlie.
6 man. Check curls. 46 to Mike. 46. Down to lose 1.
From the 50, it's gone. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
They'll run again with Hunt. And some room to maneuver. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuff from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
Little work still to do, though.
At their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Mike 58 right there. You must be getting tired.
Now Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks, 61 yards. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line.
At their own 7-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 7-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
From the gun, it's Allen. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it cost him. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 22-yard line.
What? 180.
Set the tone, defense.
12, 12.
Mike 49. Mike 49. Big stop, D.
From the 22, Goff. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. Well, he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9.
Well, enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. He's going to wind up and air it out, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Check, crunch. Check 9. Check the backer. Switch.
The Rams going for it on 4th. Ball. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On the run, this is Hunt. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Okay, baby, I see you.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On 2nd and 11 now. Allen under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
You got 3.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. He'll return it from the 6. 37 yards on the... Punt with no return, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
7-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Now Goff on first down. Well, that'll be caught by Kupp. 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, LA! Cooper Kupp, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys are back within a single score. A big play coming now for the Rams as they'll go for 2.
Go! Go! Hit it!
Back to throw. Rolling to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. Punt. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
You can't block me.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long.
Here we go. Here we go. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Deuce, 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 deuce.
Now Allen. And able to find John Brown. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
And the Bills first down.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, but now I'm listening to you. So for the Bills, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.